live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hi, good morning. It is Monday, July 8th.
Thanks for being with us this morning. We are tracking Beryl as it comes near a shore near Matagorda this morning.
That's right. And our meteorologist Justin Horn and photojournalist Matthew Craig have been there all night. And Justin, looking at the live stream from overnight, we had some pretty intense winds and a storm surge.
Yeah, we sure did. It was busy overnight, that's for sure. We've been in the eye for the better part of an hour, actually a little bit more than that. Now we're starting to get the southern edge of the storm, so we're going to start to get some north winds and northwesterly winds here on the backside. But before that eye came through, we hit the eye wall, and it was rough. We got some pretty good wind gusts, probably upwards of 80 to 90 miles per hour, and some pretty good storm surge. Behind here, this is from the storm surge. It's something, it's kind of hard to see because it is so dark out here. We don't have power in a lot of spots, but we're noticing some damage here and there, some tree limbs and those sort of things, and certainly the sunrise will reveal a lot more. But as I said, last night was busy, and I want to show you what it looked like as Beryl came through. It's just about 11:40 here in Matagorda, and just about 30 minutes ago, Beryl was upgraded to a hurricane, and now we're starting to see one of the heavier rain bands come through. Winds have definitely picked up. I think we're seeing tropical storm force winds pretty much sustained here in Matagorda. We've noticed some water starting to come over the road in spots. It's just past midnight, and we're starting to really feel the effects of Beryl as she's coming on shore. Take a look at the storm surge that's starting to come up over this road. Now, it's a low-lying road, but it's these kind of roads that can get very dangerous in a storm like this. Winds are going to continue to pick up as that eye wall is just about 30 miles offshore. It's about 1:15, and we're inside the storm chaser this go-round because if you look outside, it is blinding rain. This truly is the heaviest part of the storm. And I'm sitting here looking at radar, and that eye wall is just about to be here. Well, the eye wall's here. The eye itself is just about to be here. And it's going to be a close call as to whether or not that eye moves over us, but if it does, we should get a brief calming of the winds. It took longer than expected, but we are finally in the eye of Hurricane Beryl. In fact, skies are clearing somewhat up above us, and the winds have let up, the rain has let up, and we'll get a break in the action for at least a little bit. But what I want to show you here is back behind me, where you see all those cars gathered. That is where the storm surge has come up to, and it came up quickly. This is Beach Road, and the water is completely covering the road at this point. A pretty dangerous situation as that storm surge rose very quickly. We are in the town of Matagorda, and if you look back here over my shoulder, you probably can't see much. It's dark back there. Power is out to much of the town, we think. You're not seeing many lights, at least. And I'll turn your attention this way. You can see some of the floodwaters, whether it be from storm surge or heavy rain. A lot of the streets here are flooded. You can see that yield sign too underwater. And we noticed a few houses perhaps taking on a little bit of water. So that is the latest from here in Matagorda. And we think we should see a lot of improvement as Beryl starts to move north by sunrise. And we're being told 193,000 customers are without power now here along the coast. So yes, very busy overnight. And as you said, Beryl has made landfall now, and it's starting to work its way up to the west of Houston. So Sarah, where is Beryl headed next, and is she weakening at all?
Yeah, so far, Justin, not weakening. So we still have got Category 1 Hurricane Beryl with 80-mile-per-hour winds here. It's moving to the north at about 12 miles per hour. But you'll notice here's that eye. It's really the Houston, Galveston area that are under the gun right now for the heaviest of the rainfall. Here's a look at the Houston radar. I'm going to go ahead and put this in motion, and you can see that characteristic eye. So Justin is in Matagorda. He is right here inside of the eye. He's about to get a little bit more rain, but he's through the worst part of the storm. The worst part of the storm right now, tracking through areas like Sugar Land, Houston, Lake Jackson, Galveston, just band after band of very heavy rainfall, and the winds are intense as well. We'll go ahead and take a look at some of the wind gusts here, or the potential winds. You can see that many areas across Houston are going to be dealing with pretty heavy winds here. Now, this is looking up into the top of the storm, so it's a little bit overdoing it as far as winds go, but we are easily seeing sustained winds in Galveston right now of 40 miles per hour with few gusts up to 50 miles per hour. So the heaviest of the winds, the heaviest of the rain falling right now near Houston. And as you can see here in San Antonio, we are on the dry side of this storm. It is way too far east to produce any rain in San Antonio. It's going to be a pretty quiet day for us as Beryl moves north toward College Station area by about this afternoon. It's going to quickly pass the city of Houston to the west, and then as it moves to the north here, it'll be near Texarkana, falling apart as a low pressure system by early tomorrow morning. Flooding rains expected from Texarkana all the way down to Houston. We're talking 5 to 7 inches of rain with pockets of more for an area that is already soaked. So they are going to have some very bad flooding in those areas. A sharp drop off of rain the further west you go. For our viewing area, Hallettsville, maybe only an inch of rain today, and then absolutely no rain for the San Antonio area. For your Monday, we'll be looking at a high temperature of 95, so it's going to be hot. The only direct impact we're going to see from Beryl today is that it'll be breezy. We'll have winds gusting from the north occasionally at about 30 miles per hour during the middle part of the day. But if you want some rain, there is a chance tomorrow afternoon for some rain in San Antonio. That has nothing to do with Beryl. I'll have those details and, of course, an in-depth look at what kind of risks are ongoing across the Texas coast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, now a quick check of traffic here. By the way, just some great stuff there from Justin and our photojournalist Matt Craig. I mean, unbelievable stuff there. Sarah, yourself as well, our entire Weather Authority team tracking these storms throughout this entire week. And as we take a look at our roads right now, and again, dry. And I think the biggest thing is that even TxDOT maybe thought that we were going to get some rain, so they did not have many of their construction crews out and about this morning because they figured, you know what, let's just play it safe. We're going to get some rain. But that is some good news for our drivers in the sense that there's just not much going on right now as we take a look. There was a stalled vehicle earlier, 410 at Ingram Road. This was going to be in the southbound lanes of 410 right there by Holmes High School, but it looks like things have cleared out. Well, actually, we do have that, do have it right there. Okay, so we still have this incident right there, not causing any major delays at the moment. Let's go and check in with photojournalist Alex Gomez. He is hitting the streets for us on this Monday morning. Happy Monday, Alex.
Happy Monday, RJ. Good morning. Right now, I'm on the southeast side of town. I just left I-37. I'm going to go 410 northbound to the east side. But surprisingly, yeah, you're right. We lucked out. The morning commute is going to have some dry conditions, so it should be a safe and good commute as you head out this morning. I'm on the hunt for any slowdowns, RJ, so I'll let you know if I find any.
All right, thank you very much, Alex. One more quick check of our TransGuide cameras. And again, everything's looking good across the city of San Antonio right now if you're planning to head out right now or anytime in the next couple of minutes or so. Stephanie, Patty, back to you guys.
Jay. Well, back to our top story today. The effort to help those in Beryl's path has already started. The American Red Cross expecting to spend nearly $2 million helping Texans after the storm. Now, a lot of that help is coming from local resources. Dozens of volunteers and 11 truckloads of resources are from the Central and South Texas chapter.
We have shelters all along the coastline, basically the Gulf Coast, all the way down in as far in as Laredo. And as we continue to monitor the path of Beryl, we'll continue to make strategic operational decisions for where we're going to open up additional locations. And those are all already pre-planned through partnerships with local government from county and city officials.
The Red Cross is prepared to shelter and feed any Texan who may need it. You can find a running list of shelters on our website at KSAT.com.
The Salvation Army of San Antonio is also getting ready to help those in need along the coast. Crews will arrive in Wharton, southwest of Houston, later this morning. 2 units from San Antonio and 1 unit from New Braunfels will be helping out. We spoke to some of the Salvation Army leaders. They say their goal is to serve around 1,500 meals a day when they get deployed, and they plan to be there for at least a week.
Well, also standing by ready to help, the San Antonio Food Bank. They've been stocking up all week and are prepared to hand out food as long as they're needed.
You'll have a mix of dry goods, pastas, rice, beans. I would say probably dry goods and water is always impacted. Those are typically the two most important.
Now, along with food and water, the food bank is also handing out hygiene products on hand to send out. And you can stay on top of the storm with KSAT on air and online. You can just scan that QR code right there on your screen to go straight to the KSAT weather page, where you'll have covered as Beryl hits Texas.
New this morning, San Antonio police say a Sonic worker was shot and killed late last night. It happened just before 10 p.m. in the 5500 block of Babcock. Police say the Sonic employee got into a fight with a customer over money and the customer's order. That is when police say the customer shot the worker and left. The worker died from his injuries. Police say detectives are now looking at video from the business to get a better description of the suspect.
The time now is 5:10 and 79 degrees for now.
Up next, lots of moves from the San Antonio Spurs over the weekend. RJ will break it all down next.
And looking out there with live and fairly calm here in the San Antonio area. And our Sarah Spivey says just to expect kind of breezy weather, warm breezy weather this afternoon.
And as we go to break, a live look at Galveston as Beryl continues moving ashore. That is Galveston, moving ashore the Texas coast.
Welcome back. Well, we're going to take a quick break from our Beryl coverage to talk about the San Antonio Spurs. It's been a busy 48 hours for your Spurs as the team continues to make some big money moves around Victor Wembanyama. The Spurs officially signed former All-NBA guard Chris Paul yesterday and added another potential starter over the weekend. So let's go ahead and catch you up on all the Spurs doing this weekend. So basically, we reported last week that Chris Paul agreed to a one-year deal to come to San Antonio, and he officially signed over the weekend. But there were some interesting moves the Spurs made here. So the Spurs actually traded guard Devontae Graham on Saturday. A lot of people were like, what are the Spurs up to? They traded him to the Hornets to free up some cap space. So a lot of questions there. Well, it turns out that they were actually part of a three-team deal where they acquired veteran Harrison Barnes from the Sacramento Kings. This was a three-team trade that also sent former Spur DeMar DeRozan to Sacramento. And the Spurs also got themselves a 2031 first-round draft pick. So a nice deal there for the San Antonio Spurs. So CP3 officially signs yesterday. It's reported to be an $11 million deal. Harrison Barnes is at $20 million. But right now the Spurs actually do not have enough money to bring in both players. So they are actually going to have to clear out some more cap space and make some more roster moves over the next couple of days. My guess is maybe they trade Malachi Branham or Blake Wesley. I don't think they had any bobblehead nights for those guys, so I think we're good.
They're not invested.
No bobblehead nights for Malachi Branham or Blake Wesley. So I think they may do a couple of those things, or maybe release some guys like Chetty Osman or even Charles Bassey, who actually played high school basketball here in San Antonio for a little bit. But we will continue to monitor those moves. But again, the biggest thing is that CP3 is officially signed. He is now a Spur, the 11-time All-NBA player, and Harrison Barnes, a veteran forward who's definitely going to help Wemby out, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan, all those guys. I'm saying, y'all, Spurs are going to be in the playoff mix. They're looking like a 6 or 7 seed right now. Let's go, Spurs. I know Justin's not here. Hashtag shock the world. Yeah, he's not here. He's covering the hurricane. So, yeah, we'll leave it at that.
I agree.
All right, RJ.
A lot of changes. Thank you.
Maybe you can lend them some money, RJ.
Yeah.
I think they're
a lot.
good. I think they're okay.
All right, time right now, 5:16, 79 degrees out there this Monday.
Let's look out there with Drive Cam and Alex Gomez. I can't tell this shot right here. Looks a little...
It looks like it's raining.
Yeah. This is Justin's shot. Okay, usually we check out with Alex Gomez, and that's why the shot looks like it does. Justin out in Matagorda tracking Hurricane Beryl. We're going to check in with him soon.
And as we go to break, a live look at Surfside Beach as we continue to cover Beryl moving ashore along the Texas coast. Look at that rain coming down. Wow.
Logo, Pantene.
Are you tired of your hair breaking after waiting years for it to grow? Meet new Pantene Pro V Miracles with our highest concentration of pro vitamins yet, infused with ingredients like biotin and collagen. Strengthens hair bonds and repairs, as well as the leading luxury brand without the $60 price tag.
Radiant models with diverse hair.
For stronger, healthier hair.
The models smile.
If you know it's Pantene.
PG.
Feel the power of Osteo Biflex. Taken every day, it's clinically shown to improve joint comfort in 7 days with significant improvement over time.
Feeding a high-quality dog food doesn't have to cost a whole lot. For about $1 a day, you can give your dog the Blue Buffalo food they deserve. Real meat first, healthy ingredients, natural nutrition. Try Blue Life Protection Formula today.
Well, welcome back. Even though Beryl is not going to be bringing any rain to San Antonio, we are continuing to track Hurricane Beryl. Of course, we're one big Texas family here, and this is really starting to move on shore. Hurricane Beryl made landfall shortly after 4 a.m. Matagorda area. It's still got wind speeds of 80 miles per hour, but notice that eye is kind of starting to collapse on itself a little bit. So as it moves inland, it is going to weaken here fairly quickly. I'm showing you the high definition radar because I want to show you that there's some areas in the Houston area that are just getting pummeled with very heavy rains. In fact, we've got flash flood warnings for much of the Houston metro area, all the way down to Lake Jackson. Take a look at these rainfall estimates, these radar rain rates. The rain is falling very hard over the Houston area right now. We're looking at rainfall of 7 inches an hour. That means that if this storm were to park itself over Houston for an hour, and it is likely going to be there for an hour, it's going to produce anywhere from about 5 to 7 inches of rain for an area that really honestly does not need all that much more rainfall. You can see the Galveston area also getting a lot of heavy rain at the moment too. And there's that characteristic eye, that clearing and calmer spot as it's moving onshore just to the west of Lake Jackson. I want to mention too that storm surge is also going to be an issue. Justin Horn is out near Matagorda Bay, and we're looking at storm surge there of 3 to 6 feet, but closer to Lake Jackson and then up toward Galveston, we're also seeing storm surge of about 3 to 6 feet. But the thing is storm surge of at least a foot treks all the way down to Corpus Christi along the Texas coast. Here's a look at those wind gusts. Wind gusts of 81 miles per hour in Palacios, wind gusts of 66 miles per hour in Galveston. Now seeing wind gusts of up to 50 miles per hour near the Houston area. It's the east side of this storm that's going to get the gustiest of the winds and the heaviest of the rain. Freeport reporting a wind gust of 87 miles per hour. So throughout the day today, Beryl is going to continue to move up to the north. Notice it stays dry here in San Antonio, but Hallettsville could get some heavy rain at times. This is a look at 8 o'clock in the morning. Then by 11, it's going to be bringing a lot of rain to the College Station area before moving up inland toward Texarkana, falling apart later on tonight into early tomorrow as it weakens and heads north. Now, even though we're not going to get any rain in San Antonio today, there is the potential for rain tomorrow, mainly in the afternoon hours. A few spotty downpours, kind of like what we saw on Saturday in many areas. That is possible tomorrow in the afternoon, about 40% coverage. So no significant rain today from Beryl, but apart from Beryl, tomorrow there is a chance for some showers, storms in the afternoon. Looking at your KSAT 12-hour forecast for the day today, around noon it'll be 89. And then in the afternoon, mostly sunny and breezy. That's the only effect we're going to have from Beryl here, is that we're going to have winds from the northeast at about 15 miles per hour, high temperature of 95 degrees. Cooler the further out east you go toward LaGrange, but still hot. Del Rio 103 today. And in your 7-day forecast, again, 40% chance tomorrow. But in the week ahead, only isolated rain. Temperatures not near 100 degrees, so at least that's something. And again, I want to point out that meteorologist Justin Horn has been at the coast as Beryl made landfall right near Matagorda. He was just in the eye, but I bet he might be starting to get some rain here soon. So let's check in with Justin. Justin, what can you tell us? What's going on right there in Matagorda? There's the rain.
Exactly right, Sarah. We were really enjoying being in the eye, and now the rain has really picked up. And when the wind's blowing this hard, it kind of feels like needles. We dealt with that earlier. It was much stronger earlier, but these are pretty strong winds too on the back side of this storm. And I want to show you back out behind me here, this road. This is where we saw a significant storm surge earlier. You mentioned 3 to 5 feet. It probably was in that 5-foot area, I would assume. It probably got that high. It was completely covering the road, but now that we got the opposite wind, it's pushing that water back out. So that's the game you play with these hurricanes. We're going to continue to track the hurricane here. Again, we're starting to get another rain squall. We're on the backside of this storm, but we'll be bringing you more updates throughout the morning. For now, let's go over to RJ.
All right, Justin. Yeah, stay safe out there. Photojournalist Matt Craig along with Justin Horn. I feel bad. We're in here dry and stuff. Justin's out there, but doing a great job tracking Beryl for us. As we take a look, the only thing that we're following at the moment is a bit of construction. Want to let you know about 1604 eastbound. This is going to be the frontage road from Gold Canyon to Redland Road. That will be closed 10 o'clock at night through 5 a.m. This is going to be through Saturday. So a new closure for our drivers on the north side of town. But everything else across the city currently looking pretty good. Seeing no effects from the storm out there in the Gulf Coast. All right, let's go ahead and check in photojournalist Alex Gomez and see where he is at as he is hitting the streets for us on a Monday morning. All right, let's go ahead and check in with him. Alex, how are things looking out there? Okay, and I don't think we're actually going to go to Alex here. I think, yes, here we go. All right, so one more quick look at our TransGuide traffic cameras as we take a look. 37 Southeast Military, southeast side of town. Again, traffic looking pretty good across the city of San Antonio. We'll be right back with the latest coverage on Beryl. More news and traffic coming up after the break.
In today's Tech Bites, the Apple Watch is getting a makeover. According to Bloomberg, the upcoming Apple Watch Series 10 and Ultra 3 will feature larger screens, thinner designs, and faster performance. The changes are reportedly expected to be announced in the fall, marking 10 years since Tim Cook revealed the first Apple Watch. Next, YouTube's update to its eraser tool. Creators can now delete music from videos without affecting other audio like conversations. YouTube says the tool will be available in the coming weeks. Finally, Tesla is gearing up for a big update. The electric car maker's latest software version adds YouTube Music and Amazon Music for premium users. The update also introduces weather reports, air quality index, and new parental controls. Public release is expected within 1 to 2 weeks. And those are your Tech Bites. I'm Allison Cossack. Have a great day.
The time now is 5:30 and about 79 degrees for now.
Up next, we're checking in with our meteorologist Justin Horn and photojournalist Matthew Craig, who are live where Beryl has been coming ashore this morning.
Hi, good morning. It is 5:32, so we're going to begin this half hour with a live look from Freeport. This is near Surfside Beach as Beryl continues to move ashore.
Hey there, good morning. We hope you're having a safe start to your work week. I know our Justin Horn has been working so hard out there because you guys have been working all weekend long looking at this storm as it approaches Texas.
That's right. And all week long, we've seen that eastern shift toward Houston, which means we're going to be dry here in San Antonio. So there's no direct impacts in San Antonio from Hurricane Beryl, other than some gustier winds. But of course, we do have interests all along the Texas coast, so we want to keep you updated. Here is Hurricane Beryl. Hurricane Beryl, currently a Category 1 hurricane. It made landfall shortly after 4 a.m. near Matagorda, and it's continuing to move to the north at about 12 miles per hour. Right now, the Houston and Galveston area are really under the gun for some pretty heavy rainfall and some gusty winds. In fact, the biggest impact to the Houston and Galveston area is going to be the flooding rains, but they're seeing wind gusts of up to 60 miles per hour as we speak. We've got a flash flood warning in effect for much of the Houston area, Harris County, a flash flood warning until 8 o'clock this morning. The good news is that this storm is moving to the north fairly quickly, but this entire area is going to be dealing with some pretty heavy rains for the next several hours. Notice just how dry we are in San Antonio. It's this time of year that we usually want at least some tropical moisture in San Antonio because it's so dry. We just get those triple-digit days. Unfortunately, we are on the dry side of this storm. Now, Beryl is going to trek up to the north, moving throughout the day, and by Tuesday morning it'll be falling apart over the Texarkana area. As far as the flooding rains go, flooding rains from areas in Texarkana all the way down to Houston. This just updated, but it's inaccurate. We're still going to see some flooding rains for Lake Jackson area. No rain expected here in San Antonio. Throughout the day today, I do expect for us to see mostly clear skies and a warm forecast with gusts of up to 30 miles per hour. Only a 20% chance this morning for a few showers, but tomorrow we have a much better chance for some rain in the afternoon. So if you want rain, it's coming. Somebody who doesn't need any more rain right now is Justin Horn. He's in the middle of Hurricane Beryl out there near Matagorda. What's going on, Justin?
Hey there, Sarah. Yeah, we've seen that wind shift, so we're now on the backside of the storm. But I'll tell you, around 2 a.m. this morning is when we got some of those gusts 80 to 90 miles per hour. That created some damage within itself, but we also had the good storm surge, and that caused damage like what you see behind me. You just see it pushing debris. It's metal, it's tree limbs, you name it, and we're seeing a lot of that debris just kind of sitting around. I will tell you, it's very hard to kind of determine what kind of damage we're looking at here because it's still dark and we don't have power. But I would imagine there is going to be some damage around here, even though this was a Category 1 storm. We have some video from earlier, and you can kind of see what we were dealing with as this storm came through. But that eye wall was pretty impressive as it came through Matagorda. And there was, again, a lot of water that came onshore and really covered this road that we're on right now because of that impressive storm surge. Still getting some good rain right now and some good strong winds here in Matagorda, but here within the next couple of hours, this should start to die down here. We kind of assess the damage. Okay, let's toss it over to RJ now, and I got one thing to say to him. Hashtag shock the world. RJ.
Yes, just for you, Justin. Hashtag Spurs shock the world. I like the fact that Justin is still wanting to talk some Spurs despite the fact he's in the mix of some pretty crazy stuff out there. You could just feel the force of those winds out there, and you could definitely feel it. Great job by Justin, our photojournalist Matt Craig out there giving us the very latest as they track Beryl along the Texas coast. Take a look here at some of our TransGuide cameras. 1604 Babcock, traffic moving pretty good there. 410 Broadway, same situation there as well. So no major incidents let you know about. My guess is that TxDOT maybe anticipated that we were going to get some rain, so they went ahead and held off on the construction that usually takes place into late Sunday night into early Monday morning. So that's good news for our drivers out there. Okay, let's go ahead and check it with photojournalist Alex Gomez. He is hitting the streets for us on a Monday morning. Alex, how are you doing out there, my friend?
RJ, good morning. I'm fine right now on the north side. I'm on 281 southbound right at Thousand Oaks. Now, you're right. The morning commute, not so much worried about Hurricane Beryl. It's those construction barrels that you might see on the roadways. But the northeast side is actually looking pretty good. 35 southbound at 1604. The construction is no more right now for this Monday morning. So you should have open lanes on 35 south on the northeast side, RJ.
All right, well played, my friend. As we take a look at our citywide map, and again, no major delays or incidents to let you know about, but myself, Alex, will continue to keep an eye on the roads for y'all on this Monday morning. Stephanie, Patty, back to you guys.
Thanks, RJ. Well, this morning, many of us are heading back to work, back to the grind, but how are you feeling? With the surge in COVID-19 and other respiratory viruses diseases, that's a good question to ask yourself. The friends and family gatherings this past holiday weekend might have been a spreader event for respiratory viruses, including COVID-19 and the flu. Last week, local medical experts were reporting a spike in COVID-19 related cases. Around 100 were tracked by University Health. Now, those were just the folks that showed up to be tested. A lot were not tracked. Luckily, there were not a significant number of hospitalizations. The summer COVID trend could continue this week after those group gatherings. Doctors say it's not just COVID that's out there this summer.
COVID by far is out there the most. There's also rhinovirus, which we know classically causes the common cold. There are some cases still of flu, lower numbers, because that way you will know if you need to kind of isolate yourself so you're not exposing other people that could be at risk for more severe disease.
And I know what you're thinking. You're healthy and it's just COVID, it's fine. Well, doctors say consider others who have a weak immune system, who have lung disease or are elderly, so isolate yourself and wear a mask. According to the U.S. Center for Disease Control data, last year more people died from COVID complications than from the flu. And the signs are similar to other respiratory illnesses: fatigue, congestion, a cough, and a runny nose. But the loss of taste and mental fatigue are still prominent in COVID.
Well, the time now is 5:39 and 79 degrees for now.
Up next, we take a look back 61 years ago when a tennis player from right here in San Antonio took home a big Wimbledon title.
And looking out there with a live cam this morning, we are at 79 degrees and things are calm here in San Antonio considering our neighbors who are getting some heavy rain in Matagorda and the Houston area. We're going to be checking in with Justin Horn, who is out in the area, and also our Sarah. 5:43. Well, as this year's Wimbledon tournament advances into the quarterfinals, we're going to take a look back 61 years to when a tennis player from right here in San Antonio flew across the pond to London and won the gentleman's singles trophy.
Our Nick Mantes has more on Chuck McKinley and his impact on San Antonio tennis.
While still a junior at Trinity University, Chuck McKinley won Wimbledon without losing a set. His former Trinity teammates, brothers Butch and John Newman, shared what it was like to see their classmate win a Grand Slam title.
To have someone like that on the team is just incredible. He put Trinity University tennis and the whole university on the map when he won Wimbledon in 1963 without the loss of a set.
I was not even a really good player, and he treated me like I was just his teammate and practice partner, and you got better just being around the guy.
So after McKinley wins in 1963, support from members of the private sector like John McFarland continue to fund the growth of tennis here in San Antonio, which led to generational success of players here in the Alamo City.
Dad started it all. 68, the NCAA's national championship takes place at Trinity. The planning for McFarland Tennis Center starts in 1970, it opens in 1974. The McFarland Foundation is set up by Mr. McFarland and my dad, John Braubach, and that continues today.
No telling what would happen if he had not have been here. We would have been an okay team, but not one of the elite teams in the world. And we're grateful for him and his life and what he represented as far as tennis and as a human being.
Nick Mantis, KSAT 12 Sports.
That is so cool to hear the story behind some of the names that we drive across all the time, and we see them, and you just never know the history until you see a story like this.
I didn't know about McFarland until right now, so that's very neat.
That's really cool.
And very cool that they're from here.
Yeah. Time right now, 5:45, 79 degrees.
Well, as we go to break, here's a live look at Freeport. This is near Surfside Beach as we continue to cover Beryl moving ashore along the Texas coast.
All right, welcome back. We are continuing to track Hurricane Beryl, which is moving onshore as a Category 1 hurricane. Notice here in San Antonio, we're not going to see any rain from this. Really, honestly, only a few clouds. But of course, we do know that we have interests along the Texas coast, moving up to the north at about 12 miles per hour. But it's got sustained winds of 80 miles per hour, especially right near that eye right there. You can see the eye wall kind of moving over Lake Jackson right now, Sugarland area. As I go ahead and put this in motion, what I want you to notice is that the heaviest of the rains right now are really falling near the Houston and Galveston area, and it's very, very gusty. In fact, my parents live out in the Galveston area. They're reporting a lot of gusty winds out there. We're looking at wind gusts of up to 90 miles per hour near Freeport at the moment, and lots of heavy rain. We've got flash flood warnings in effect from Houston down to Galveston. Here's a look at how much rain they've seen so far in this area. Not even to mention the fact that they're going to continue to get another several hours of rainfall. This is a look at how much rain they've seen so far in the area. Freeport, about 8 inches of rain. Downtown Houston, 4 with at least several more inches of rain. We've also seen a large storm surge in these areas. Anywhere you see the orange color, that's storm surge of 3 to 6 feet. Red is 6 to 9 feet. You can see that intense storm surge goes from Palacios all the way up toward Galveston Bay. Here's a look at the current wind gusts. Current wind gusts in Houston of 62. Current wind gusts in Galveston of 75. Here in San Antonio, the wind gust is only 24 miles per hour, but in our viewing area, we've got a wind gust of 52 miles an hour out in Hallettsville, even though they're not really seeing all that much rain, so stay inside Hallettsville. Now, Beryl will be moving inland, weakening as a tropical storm by the time it gets to College Station later on today, close to lunch, and then by the evening, it'll be through Texarkana. Here in San Antonio, we're not going to get any rain today, but we do have rain potential tomorrow, not associated with Beryl. But in the afternoon, a few pop-up downpours are going to develop right around the time of the evening commute. Chances 40%. Remember Saturday's pop-up rain? That's kind of what we've got going on tomorrow at a 40% chance for rainfall. Looking at your KSAT 12-hour forecast, it's going to be a mostly clear and warm day. In the afternoon, we'll get up to 95 with cooler weather to the east, hotter weather to the west, 103 in Del Rio. And your 7-day forecast, 94 tomorrow with a 40% chance of rain, and in the week ahead, mid-90s. All right, looking at the authority radar, our meteorologist Justin Horn is now on the backside of Hurricane Beryl, but is getting plenty of gusty winds and some rain as this storm continues to move north. Justin, what's going on?
Yeah, you're right, Sarah. You know, the winds were much stronger on the front side of the storm with the eye wall, but I got to tell you, the back side of the storm is backing a punch too, and it probably is going to add insult to injury for the city or the town of Matagorda. We did see some damage. We've seen some flooding here. We've seen trees down, some structural damage in spots, some cosmetic damage, which you would expect. We saw some windows broken out, those sort of things. And that probably, again, is going to continue for a little while longer until we can get this storm system out of here. You know, one little interesting aside that I wanted to pass along is here where I am. I'm standing in some not so deep water, but we've been seeing fish actually swim by. So it kind of gives you an idea of like the displacement of the wildlife as well. We've seen birds kind of struggling, and the frogs. Wow, so many frogs have come out. Especially when the eye passed over Matagorda, the frogs were everywhere. Pretty incredible to see how the wildlife is sort of adjusting to this natural phenomenon as well. But as this storm system pulls out, we'll take a look at Matagorda and see what the damage looks like. We'll especially get a better idea of it once the sun comes up. Okay, let's check in with RJ now. You got dry roads there, so no issues.
Yeah, all dry, all clear on the roadways, and make sure that you guys stay safe out there. Justin with photojournalist Matt Craig doing a great job for us. And as Sarah mentioned earlier, just want to make sure to check on family and friends out there in those parts of the state. We do have a stalled vehicle being reported I-37 south at Southeast Military. So they had zoomed in a little bit earlier. They've zoomed back out, but I saw that vehicle is still off to the side of the road on the southbound lanes. And we also have a stalled vehicle I-35 at Olympia Parkway. But let's go and check in with photojournalist Alex Gomez. He is hitting the roads for us on a Monday morning. Alex, how are things looking out there?
Well, not too much to worry about right now, RJ. Right now I'm on the west side, 90 westbound near General McMullen, and so far I have yet to see any major slowdowns that's going to slow us down this morning, RJ.
All right, we will continue to monitor the roadways and, of course, bring you the very latest when it comes to tracking Beryl. Sarah Spivey in the studio, and Justin Horn is out in the Texas coastline. We'll be right back with more news, weather, and
Good morning, America. Coming up, breaking news as Hurricane Beryl has slammed into the Texas coast this morning. Strong winds, 80 mile per hour steady, gusts up to 92, heavy rain. In some places, we could see 15 inches of rain and life-threatening storm surge that will continue for hours this morning. Our team is live in multiple places in the storm zone. Also this morning, President Biden defiant on the campaign trail as a growing number of Democratic lawmakers say they think maybe he should step aside, even after our exclusive interview with the president. We have the latest reaction from Capitol Hill and the campaigns. And our friend Tyler Perry is here, right here in the studio, telling us about his new thriller and much more. You know, Jen Tran is making history as the first Asian American bachelorette. She's also here in the studio. That's coming up live right here on GMA.
Time right now, 5:57 ahead in our next hour of GMSA. The Spurs were really busy this weekend, signing point guard Chris Paul and making trades. RJ Marquez will break it all down and what it means for this year's team. And also up next, San Antonio police are investigating a pair of overnight shootings. What we've been able to learn from each scene. Plus, taking a live look outside in the road conditions. If you're out this morning, you're in luck. Not a lot of construction going out there. We're going to have a live report coming up.